Is that with extra cream and marshmallows, or is that with just plain? And is it with oat milk, or is it with soy milk, or is it with normal milk?
Hot, cold, too hot, too cold, too wet, too dry.
I find that British people are very, they don't take compliments very well.
Oh my God, that jacket, that's really cool.
Nice.
Where did you get that? Where can I get it? Oh, it looks really good on you.
Hiya, welcome to Easy English. So this week I wanted to approach the subject of small talk. I want to know what the people of Britain talk about the most while they're waiting in the queue at the shops or for a bus. I wanted to know what is appropriate and inappropriate small talk. Before we get started, if you're a fan of Easy English, then please don't forget to like and subscribe to us. Here we go. What, in your opinion, is good or appropriate, maybe, let's say, small talk?
Something that interests you, something that's your passion.
Okay.
So you might meet somebody at the bus stop and have a chinwag about gardens, or you might talk about the weather. But my passion personally is gardens.
What in your opinion, is good small talk?
The weather is probably a really safe thing to talk about in the UK.
Yeah.
Because it's always horrible, which is always something to complain about.
Yeah.
Or it's a nice day, which is really exciting, and so everyone goes, "Oh my God, the sun is out, the clouds are gone, oh my God." And that excites people a lot, since the weather is awful a lot of the time.
Let's say that I don't know you, and we're standing at a bus stop, we're like, "Oh, hi, how's it going?" And then you say, like, "Yeah, not bad, thanks, how are you?" And then when it comes a bit like stale and a bit awkward, the first thing you go to is the weather, you think?
I'd say probably the weather, yeah. I'd say, isn't it like a nice day today? Or what a strange, day it is, because it might have been raining, it might have been sunny, or it might have had a thunderstorm. So I'd probably go straight to the weather. And then I'd also, if we were waiting for a bus, I'd probably say, thank goodness that the bus is here in 3 minutes. We can all, get to where we want to be.
That's clever. So you'd apply some sort of small talk in the sort of common ground.
In where I say, say if we're at a bus stop, or say if we're on waiting for a queue in Costa, for example, I'd say, so I'm here for a coffee. Are you here for a coffee? Yep. Oh, brilliant. And a hot chocolate. Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Is that with extra cream and marshmallows, or is that with just plain? And is it with oat milk, or is it with soy milk, or is it with normal milk?
That's fantastic.
Appropriate small talk would be obviously the weather, because the Brits are obsessed by the weather.
Yeah.
Hot, cold, too hot, too cold, too wet, too dry.
General small talk, especially during now, is, are you going on holiday? Have you been away, especially with the lockdown? Everyone's desperate to get away.
Nice.
Then we like to talk about politics quite a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, find out about, who's someone, are you pro Johnson, anti Johnson, what's going on with Brexit is also a good, not good, but it's what we like to talk about. So anything that's kind of like current and that we don't have control over, basically.
This video is sponsored by italki, the site that allows you to find online language teachers for one-on-one tutoring. As a new user, you'll get $10 in italki credits after your first lesson if you register using the link go.italki.com/easy English. If you don't like reading complicated language books or listening to pre-recorded audio courses, then italki is for you. You'll get to practice your conversational skills under different real-world scenarios, as speaking with humans is the best way to learn a language. You can customize your lessons to cater for your learning needs and interests, and the one-on-one lessons provide you undivided attention with teachers at your preferred time, whether you're at home, at the airport, or at your local park. You have complete access. So head on over to italki with this link, go.italki.com/easy English to start your first lesson and get $10 in lesson credits. I would have thought that politics, they always say never mention politics.
Oh, right, okay.
But maybe you can go into it a bit more, because I'd like to know then what is sort of unacceptable small talk. Maybe you shouldn't go into, who did you vote for?
Yes, yeah.
Kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
What would you class as, what things would you never sort of use as small talk?
It's a good question, because I think if I'm having a conversation with somebody about politics, and then it goes into Brexit,
Yeah.
And then people start saying, are you pro-Brexit or anti-Brexit? And then it's
Right.
like, oh. And then, you know, I've been in conversations with people before when it's gone into Brexit, and then people start talking very inappropriately about immigrants, and then you're just like, oh,
Okay.
people think that you're with them.
You're like opening up your arms a bit too much, maybe.
People just think that you're with them if they're like pro-Brexit, and they
Okay.
start talking about how we should be, you know, inappropriately talking about stopping immigrants from coming in, and then suddenly you're like, that's really not, my jam.
Yeah, okay.
It sort of oversteps the line.
But where is that line? Is it sort of going into
question.
your own personal feelings, or?
Yeah, I think it is. Well, I think it's about, in the same way that it would be like, well, who did you vote for? And then if
Yeah.
somebody you're talking to is against your beliefs, then
Okay.
suddenly it goes from small talk into like a debate, and then it just gets a bit...
What kind of small talk do you do when you approach someone?
If I was to approach someone, I would ask them how their day was. I would ask them how what the weather's been like, and you know, things like that. I'd say like, you know, what's the weather? What do you think about the weather today? I'd just ask them, how their day was, if they've had a nice day, if they've been up to anything nice recently.
If I was stood next to you in a bus stop, and we sort of made eye contact, and I said, "Oh, hello, how are you?" What would you firstly go? What would you say? How'd it go? Our conversation.
Oh, yeah, I'd say, I'm very well, thanks. And how are you? And
Yeah, very good, thanks.
very good. And if you're from another country, I'd ask them where they're from.
Yeah.
Is this first visit to Brighton?
That's a good one.
'Cause, we used to host students from other countries, so it's nice to know where they're from, how long they're going to be here.
Say I bump into you at a bus stop. After we've sort of said hello to each other, if we sort of like catch each other's eye contact, do you first like go to something like, "Oh, nice day, innit?"
Usually to start off with, in general, I usually just like try complimenting people. So I go, oh my God, that jacket, that's really cool.
Nice.
Where did you get that? Where can I get it? Oh, it looks really good on you. Like that kind of thing, or like complimenting people's hair, or like glasses, or something.
It's interesting that you say that, because my next question was going to be around kind of what is appropriate, because I also would say that I don't mind if people give me a compliment, but then what is like too much? What is like something you shouldn't, because you're saying about kind of personal character traits, right? Which is kind of on the edge of maybe where the line is. Where would you think the line is?
I'd generally say if it's something the person is clearly personalised for themselves, so not something that they can't change, such as body type or skin colour, or maybe even eye colour, but if you say, those glasses, they're really nice, that's a very different
Right.
compliment from, oh, you have beautiful eyes.
Right, I see.
Or, I really love the way you've done your hair. That can be a bit... But yeah, I'd say generally something that someone has clearly personalised about themselves and they've made a conscious effort for.
What is too far? Like, what would you never sort of bring up in small talk?
I'd probably... Oh, sorry.
No, go on, sorry.
I probably wouldn't ask too much. I'd probably just keep it like to the minimum. I would say maybe things like, you don't know what's gone on with people's past. I probably wouldn't ask anything about family in case they're like a relative's recently died, or like maybe they don't even have family. So I'll probably just keep it to like basic, conversation, something along the lines of like, the weather, maybe the situation, but have a little bit of, maybe a little bit of banter, but not too much, because it might offend someone who obviously don't know what's gone on in their life.
So you keep it outside of the realm of personality or character.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Or say if like they've got pink hair, I might say like you've got very cool pink hair.
Okay.
So like a nice denim jacket. Might ask where they've got the denim jacket from. And that's probably about it.
Very good.
Because I don't want to offend anyone.
Say like I wanted to give you a compliment about your hair, or about in terms of like physical, in terms of like the character traits, or character traits, let's say.
Yeah.
Where could you draw? Where would the line be?
What's
Can I give
acceptable?
you a compliment in small talk? Is that okay? Or?
I think definitely. I think compliments are always good.
Okay.
I find that British people are very, they don't take compliments very well. So for example, if you said, I like your hair, I would go, oh, it's a mess. Oh no, I need it. It needs cutting, or it's dry, or it's this.
Are there any subjects you just can't approach when it comes to small talk?
Well, you wouldn't get too personal, would you?
In what way?
Well, about your life, too much about your life, what goes on in your life.
You wouldn't ask someone about what, like their parents or about their...
Only if I knew them.
Yeah.
Not small talk with someone at a bus stop.
No.
No, just
Okay.
how you doing and off you go.
What you up to today, basically, is a good one.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Just keep it simple.
And then how far is too far in terms of small talk, you think?
Well, obviously too far, I would say, oh, you look sexy in that, or
Okay, yeah.
you look hot in that if it's a girl, and a bloke, say, yeah, you look a bit odd in that. That would be sort of inappropriate, not very...
Yeah, hopefully that's obvious to people.
yeah.
So maybe clothing wise, say they're wearing a nice jacket.
Yeah.
For women, it can be a little bit harder because there are a lot of very creepy people. So say if you're complimenting a top, I'd say the top has to be worth giving compliments to rather than just saying, you have a really nice top and staring at it. Whereas if you're wearing, I don't know, a SpongeBob top, you go, oh, that's a really cool SpongeBob top.
Yeah.
So where it's something kind of worth complimenting, sort of, and the person has clearly put some thought and effort into it a little bit.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. Please write in the comments below any advice you have for good small talk subjects. And we'll see you next week. Ta-ra!